Peace family, Conjure Queen here, and today is Monday, April 8th, 2019, and we are doing the daily tarot reading. So let's see what Spirit has to tell us today, right? Because every day Spirit has a new message. Now we're going to start with the Legacy deck as we always do, and then we're going to go on into the Egyptian Book of Doors deck, right? So, as you guys can see, this is the King of Cups. Now, it's really interesting that the King of Cups decides to show us his presence today. Kings are usually busy, but he actually made time today. So, let's see what this guy has to say. Now, the King of Cups basically is the ruler and the dominion over water, emotions, feelings, intuition, spirit, and things of that nature, right? So when we think of the element of water, we think of all that is fluid, those things that are in the spiritual, those things that are really unseen, but we can feel them, right? Empathic abilities. So this particular king is coming before you at this time to give you a blessing. As you can see, he's in his kingdom and he seems very reserved, very peaceful. He doesn't seem hostile or anything, but he's more very generous in giving, and he's welcoming you, saying, you know what, you deserve my presence right now. You deserve the greatest right now. So I want to bless you with this gift. Now we can see that he has a cup in his hands, but we really can't see if the cup is so full to the brim or if it's actually empty, right? Because if his cup is full, he wants to give you of his surplus. If it is empty, then it means that it is an open vessel. Are you open to love? Are you filled with love, right? So make sure that you're not an empty vessel searching for love outside of yourself, but instead you actually need to make sure that your own cup is full before you end up just giving your love away to anyone, right? So the king is basically coming before you also to give you omens, saying that, look, if you've been doing a lot of like spiritual meditation, spiritual fast, and whatever you've been doing, I feel like your spiritual gifts are about to be awakened, right? Because remember, the King of Cups deals with intuition, spiritual gifts, spiritual abilities as well. He's very intuitive and he has the ability to scry, right? So if you are a person who is a visionary, very imaginative, you should actually try to use the divination of scrying, which is looking through glass, looking through crystal ball, looking through water. So he's scrying right now, and he's basically saying that you have the ability to tap into the unseen world. He's giving you this gift of sight, right? Sight beyond the physical realm, spiritual sight. So this is actually like a trophy or award for all of the work that you've been doing, opening yourself up spiritually, emotionally, so that you can receive this gift that the king has to offer you at this time. Remember, he is the ruler. He is like the top dog when it comes to the suit of cups, the element of water. The water king is coming before you. So this can be representative of Olokun, Poseidon, Neptune, Agwe, the king of the waters, the king of the seas. So he comes before you, basically giving you this blessing, which is really an honor at this time. This is a very powerful card. So don't sleep on it, okay? This is really an opportunity to take advantage of the awards that's being given to you at this time, to tap into that intuition, tap into that empathic ability, tap into your psychic gifts, so that way you can actually receive the rewards that you deserve, right? And also this can be an omen of, love coming your way. If you've been really working on yourself and working on self-love and filling your own cup, filling yourself with your own love, now I feel like the King of Cups is going to approach you now saying, hey, let's match cups. Let's match each other. I've been working on me. You've been working on you. So this can also be an omen of, two twin flames actually reuniting together. And this king, he's not selfish, he's not greedy, he's not pushy, but he's very respectful, he's very generous, he's very compassionate, he's very giving. So if this is the type of person that you've been trying to manifest, then I definitely feel like this is confirmation saying that you're about to manifest that person in your life. But make sure that you too are working on yourself to attract this type of person, right? As we've discussed in one of our previous videos on the Daily Tarot. I think it's really interesting that these daily tarot readings actually is like a series, like one the next day kind of builds upon the previous one. Now we're going to flip over the Egyptian Book of Doors, right? Now, who is this? This is Meskhenet. She's also the family of Neph, which is the air family, right? Number one, basically representing new beginnings, new fresh start, right? So Meskhenet is basically a very feminine goddess. As you can see, she is she's very powerful, guys. She is very ancient, a very ancient goddess, and she's holding the two ankhs in her hands representing life. But what's most important is Meskhenet is known for being in the birth chambers, right? So she helps mothers give birth to divine children. She's there making sure that everything goes okay. And she's also standing inside of the symbol of Shen, right? As you guys can see here, that's the symbol of Shen, which means protection, divine protection. So what is she protecting you from, right? Remember, she is the goddess of fertility, the goddess of birth, the goddess of motherhood, goddess of children. She's protecting you. So what are we giving birth to? Remember, we was talking about spiritual gifts, incitement, right? So Meskhenet is basically coming before you saying that, listen, you are pregnant with some amazing ideas and it's time for you to give birth to them. So don't be afraid because she's protecting you. Whatever type of spiritual fasting that you've been doing, guys, if you've been, let's say you've been doing the work, like you've been eating healthy, you've been working out, you've been doing your meditations, you've been passing all of the spiritual tests that the divine has been giving you. You've been passing with flying colors. And now it is like, okay, you know what? You've proven yourself to be worthy of these spiritual gifts that the king is giving you. Now that you're ready to receive these gifts, it's time for you to give birth to these spiritual ideas, to these creative ideas, whatever it may be. You're about to give birth to them, right? So sometimes we could be afraid of success. We could be afraid of, putting our dreams forward because we're afraid that they may fail. We're afraid that it may not come out right. We're afraid of what other people may think. But Meskhenet is basically coming before you saying, honey, listen, there's nothing to be afraid of. I got you. You're protected, divinely protected, right? There's nothing better than divine protection because nothing can supersede that of the divine, that which is holy. You've worked for this. You deserve this, and you will receive the blessings that are coming your way because you've been putting forth that energy, right? Remember we was talking before about reciprocity. So now that you've been putting in the energy and investing in yourself, investing in your spiritual self, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything, emotionally, now it is time for you to reap the rewards. Now you're about to start a new beginning, a new fresh start, a new cycle, and Meskhenet is here to help guide you along the way. Right? So now that we put these two together, we have Meskhenet, the goddess of protection, the goddess of birth, of new beginnings, new chapters, and growth. We also have the King of Cups, which represents intuition, the king who represents emotions and feelings and love and spiritual ability, spiritual gifts. Putting them together, Meskhenet is saying it's time for you to finally receive all of the blessings and rewards that have been coming your way. It's time for you to give birth to those ideas because not only that, guys, but if you look at it closely enough, Meskhenet is actually facing the king and the king is facing her. This can be an omen of new love forming, new love beginning, romantic love, partnership, but it's not just some type of low-level love where it's just like, okay, wham, bam, thank you, man, we having sex. No, this is more like a spiritual level type thing where the king is offering his heart. He's offering his home. He's saying, listen, welcome to my kingdom. He's not sending his assistants or his guards to welcome you. He's coming himself and he's bearing his heart and his soul to you saying, I'm opening myself and I'm ready to receive the love that I've been working on myself. I'm ready to receive all of the love you have to give and I'm also giving you my heart. And Meskhenet is basically the mother of birth saying, okay, you know what, maybe it's time for me to settle down. Maybe it's time for me to give birth to this new relationship, to open myself up, to not be afraid to open up. Remember, she's protection. She's protecting you saying, don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to give birth to those ideas. Don't be afraid to unite in that divine union, that twin flame union, soulmate union, because it's really interesting. The cup and the Shin symbol, turn it upside down. It looks like a fishbowl, right? Really interesting. So this is basically the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together. You've been doing the work so long. You've been working on yourself. And now it's time to unite the two and find divine harmony, right? As we said previously in a couple of days ago when the lovers came up. So now this is actually like this new relationship actually taking blossom, and these two individual people who've been working on themselves. So if you've been feeling kind of like, you know what, when is my true love going to come? When is love going to come into my life? I feel like it's coming very soon, especially with this new moon, new beginning, new season, new year, new opportunities and new people are going to enter your life. So don't be afraid to branch out and expand yourself. And don't be afraid to put your feelings out there and communicate and let people know how you feel. If you feel deeply of someone, maybe it's time for you to bare your heart to them. You understand? Open up yourself to them. Don't be afraid because you are divinely protected. This is actually a really beautiful poll that we did today. Meskhenet and the King of Cups coming together. The Divine Mother and Divine Father coming together to someday create the Divine Holy Child. So if you've been thinking about starting a relationship, if you've been having a relationship on your mind, if you've been wondering when is love coming, I feel like it's coming very soon as the two divine king and queens are coming together. So, Ashe. So that's pretty much the message that I'm getting from Meskhenet and the King of Cups. Guys, if you like this, don't forget to thumbs up and also subscribe and drop your comments down in the comment section and let us know what you think. Have you been trying to manifest love? Have you been doing a lot of work on yourself? Well, I'm telling you, honey, manifestation is coming. It's all in the cards, and the cards never lie. But until next time, family, Conjure Queen signing out. Peace.